Good morning, guys. Look who survived the first day of going for a walk. I'm going for another one, but today I'm going in the opposite direction. Yesterday I went fast down the road through the forest and up the hill. Today I'm going down the hill through the forest up the road. And I decided when I'm walking before I run out of breath, I'm going to do a vlog here. I have my piece of paper here. That's my husband is standing at the window looking. Standing at the window looking up what I've gotten. So as I was saying, I have my piece of paper here and I'm going to be talking before I run out of breath. I'm going to be talking about the tourist visa application for Austria. So there are several things you have to keep in mind when you're applying for your tourist visa, and this is specifically only for Austria. If you want to apply for a German tourist visa, you have to ask someone who knows about that, or you have to Google German tourist visa. So today I'm talking about, hello cows, there are the cows again. Today I'll be talking about the Austrian tourist visa. So, before I got married to my husband, in 2016, I applied for a tourist visa. So the first what you're going to need is you're going to need a visa fee. I think in 2016 it was 60 euros, but I'm not sure how much it is now. I think it's around between 70 to 80 euros. It all depends on the rates. So before you do that, you have to check you have to check online for the actual how much it's required. So you need an visa fee of, I'm not sure, I'm going to say 60 euros, which is non-refundable. And then when you're applying, you have to apply at least 2 weeks minimum. That's the least you have to apply, but I would suggest a month before, because you don't know how long your visa application process is going to take. But I would say also in the website it says Kimaragoli Logoriro Ruza. So at least 2 weeks before your intended date of departure, you have to apply for the visa. And then you're going to need insurance that's valid in all the Schengen Länder, all the Schengen countries. The insurance has to apply for all the Schengen countries, because you might say you come to Austria as a tourist and then maybe you want to go a bit to Germany or to Italy or to Belgium, Spain, all of those European countries, and then only to find out that your insurance doesn't work in those countries just because you didn't research. So, and then you will need, that time I needed 2 application forms. I don't know if it's still the requirement or not, but you'll need at least an application form that's filled with, I think, in a black pen. I was told that the time I was filling mine, it has to be filled in a black pen. You also need an application form, at least 2, just to be sure. And then you also need 4 passport photographs. You have to check also on the website how big or the sizing of how the passport photos are supposed to be. You'll need at least 4 passport photographs, and then you'll need your passport in original, of course, and then the copies of the biodata of your passport. You'll need that, at least 2 copies. And then you're going to need, if you already have Schengen visas that you already got before, you also have to make a copy of all your previous Schengen visas. And then you're also going to need bank statements for the previous 3 months, for the last 3 months. Either, so in this case, when you're invited by someone, for example me, because then my husband is the one who invited me, I needed his bank statements for the last 3 months in original and in photocopies. And if you're going just alone as a tourist, you need your own bank statements in original and copies for the previous 3 months. And if you're also going by yourself, you'll need, I think, a letter from your employer stating that you're allowed to travel these 3 months and that you're going to come back to Kenya. So if you're applying for yourself, you need your own personal bank statements, or if someone is inviting you, you need their bank statements of the person who's inviting you. I hope you're clear on that. Then on the next, you're going to need flight reservation. So here it's a bit tricky. Some people go ahead and just book a flight, and that's what's dangerous about that. It's a bit tricky. You go on and book the flight, and then maybe you have the bad luck that your visa is denied. That's why they specifically insist it should be only a ticket reservation. And that's in the case, for example, that your visa is denied, you're not you've not paid for a flight ticket for nothing. So you need only a ticket reservation. And yeah, the ticket reservation, I'm trying to turn it so that it's yeah, because of the light behind me. The ticket reservation has to be the exact same dates when you want to travel, and they should be the same dates that are also on your application form. So you need please just a reservation first, and then as soon as you get your visa, or whether your visa is granted, then you can book the ticket. Just a reservation. They also insist it has to be only a ticket reservation, not don't go ahead and buy the ticket. First reserve it, and then when you have a visa, then you can book the ticket. So, and then yeah, this point I've already said, if you're employed, you need a letter from your employer. That I've already said. And then when you'll also need the person inviting you will also need to provide proof of accommodation, that he or she is able to accommodate you for the 3 months that you're going to be in Austria. And if you're applying for yourself, you will need a hotel or Airbnb reservation, and a letter also from a reservation from the hotel you're going to stay in, or the Airbnb you're going to stay in. So you also need that because they want to be sure that you don't come here and then you're stranded, that you don't have anywhere to stay. And then, because if you start staying on the streets, then it's the government's job to take care of you, and that's what they're trying to avoid. So we also need proof of accommodation. And then I think here it's called in Austria it's called Verpflichtungserklärung. That's what it's called here in Austria. So you're going to need that. And then you are also going to need the address and the phone number of the person inviting you. And the reason being, just in case something happens, that they have someone to contact. And also, the person inviting you should also provide a proof of tax payment. That's called KSV-Ausdruck. They have to provide that, and that's just a form indicating that they have paid all the taxes, and that they're not behind in any tax payments. Here they take tax seriously. It's really a criminal offense when they come to find out that you've not been making your tax returns, or you've not been paying your taxes. That's a criminal offense here in Austria. So they also have to provide that, the KSV-Ausdruck. And I think those are all the points that you're going to need when you want to come to, that's everything you're going to need when you come to Austria. as a tourist or rather on a tourist visa. And for the now I'm starting to come up to get out of breath. Thank God I'm almost finished. For them, hello. For them appointment, you have two choices. Choice number one, you can book an appointment directly at the embassy, and that you have to do. At the embassy you have to apply or rather to book an appointment as soon as possible, because the slots go away pretty quick. But the good thing is for the Austrian embassy, it's not so, the slots are not so limited like the German embassy. But still, for the appointment you have to book a slot as soon as possible. If sorry, there's a leaf that fell down from the tree. I thought it was an animal or something. So oh my goodness, I almost got a heart attack. Oh my goodness. So for the so I have to regain my strength first myself. For the appointment, if you want to go to you have to choose either the embassy or somewhere else. And then the second choice, you can go to VFS Global. Then VFS Global, there's no appointment. It's a first come first serve basis. So the earlier you are there, the better for you. So let me show you. Now here's the second bridge. I'm supposed there is where if you want to go there, there are houses, people stay there. That's the longer way. I can also go this way, but this way I'm going to need almost 45 minutes longer. And here where I'm going now, it's I think 30 more minutes, or rather 20 minutes. I only have a bit of 20 minutes to go. And yeah, here I am again. VFS Global. There you go with everything that you need, and then because it's not an Austrian embassy, you apply your visa from there, and then they take your biometrics data and stuff, and then they have to send your application to the Austrian embassy. But the deal with this VFS is they charge you 3 euros more, or is it 4 euros more? 3 to 4 euros more. That's an equivalent of 3,000 or 4,000 Kenyan shillings. I'm not sure, because I don't know what the rates are now for euros, for the euro to Kenyan shillings. I don't know the rates, so I have to say that they're going to charge you 3,000 or 4,000 shillings, Kenyan shillings more. So in this VFS Global discount, I think the buses that head in this direction, you can get them at, I think it's, if you know Odeon, there by Odeon you go and you alight at how is the stage called? Oh God, I'm not sure, because I did this about 7 years ago, so I'm not sure of the stage name. But how is it called? I don't know. If you want the VFS option, I would suggest you just go and Google VFS Nairobi. And then they're going to show you. I think they have one, if I'm not wrong, one in Westlands, and one if you're heading to, I think if you're heading to Parklands, if I'm not sure. But the best thing is just go and Google VFS Nairobi, Austria, or rather Austrian visa VFS Nairobi. They're going to find it there, and they're going to give you the where it's situated and the address. There's a car coming, and yeah. Then after, in both situations, when you apply from the embassy, you are going to, of course, go and collect if you apply at the embassy, they send you an email when your visa is ready, or rather when your passport is ready for collection. They're going to send you an email that your passport is ready for collection. And then you can go collect. Or if you're not able to collect, I think you can pay for G4S. I think G4S packet costs around, I think it in Nairobi, just in Nairobi, it's around 350 Kenyan shillings, or between 350 and 500, I'm not sure. Because in my case, I went and picked it up personally. But in my case, I tried to book an appointment at the embassy, but all the slots were booked. So I decided to go to VFS, and I applied for the VFS there. And at VFS, it's also the same. You leave your email, and then once your passport is ready for collection, they either send you an email or an SMS stating that your passport is ready for collection. Then you go get your passport, and yeah, that's it. When you get your passport and then you see that you've been granted the visa, the visa is actually 90 days, and these 90 days include the arrival to Austria, or rather to the EU land, Austria and the EU land, and the EU land and EU in general, to the it's our post lady. So these 90 days include the day you land in Austria, or rather the day you land in the EU region, and you have to leave Austria before these 90 days are over. Let's say you only have 2 days before your visa runs out. So instead of waiting for only to have 1 day, which can really be dangerous for you because of the time difference and stuff, it's better you travel. Let's say you have 3 days before your visa expires. So on the third last day, I would say it's the best to travel back to Kenya, because that's a sure bet. And because of the time difference and stuff, so that you don't get problems that you've overstayed your visa application, or rather your visa, your issued visa days of, oh my goodness, I'm even just blabbering because I'm tired. So as I was saying, it's better you depart 3 days at least before your visa expires, because if you wait until the last day of your visa, let's say you leave Austria, your visa is running out today, and you leave Austria, let's say you connect through Germany, or rather through France or through Belgium, egal. When you leave Austria, let's say it's your last day of the visa, you leave Austria today, and your connecting flight is in, let's say, also in Austria, or rather in whichever country. But let's say your connecting flight is fast on a day after your visa has expired. That's going to give you a lot of problems. Even if it's just a few hours after, or only 1 day after, you're going to get problems. That actually happened to me one time when I was on a au pair. I think after my au pair year, I had to go home and then come back for Investition in Deutschland. I only extended my stay. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I thought, I'd rather travel on the last day of my visa before my visa expires, and then my connecting flight was a few hours after my visa has expired, and I had to pay a fine of 400 euros only because of a few hours. So don't be Yvonne. Don't feel like Yvonne and wait for the complete last day. Just the best advice I would give is 3 days before your tourist visa expires. And a tourist visa is always 90 days, and you can reapply then again after 6 months. So I think per year you can only apply for a visa once. because let's say you apply January, February, March, and then you have to wait April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, in a year you can apply for a tourist visa twice. But if you're considering reapplying for a tourist visa, I would suggest, if you've applied for this year once, then you wait again until the next year to reapply for a tourist visa. So guys, I'm going to stop here now because now I'm going uphill. I'm going down this there, and that's released, and I'm running out of breath. I need to save my energy to finish the rest of the way. So that's it for the requirements for the Austrian tourist visa. And yeah, if another thing, that only applies for those who are out in third world countries and for those who are not in the EU. If you're in the EU, you actually don't require a visa to come to Austria. Let's say you're in Germany or in Belgium, in der Schweiz, in Frankreich, da braucht man keine Visum. You don't need a visa to come to Austria. This only applies to those who are coming to Austria from third world countries. So guys, that's it. In case you have any questions or you need more help with what you require to apply for an Austrian tourist visa, you can ask me and I'll gladly answer. So let me continue running out of breath, get home, take a shower, take some breakfast. So guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.